I'm going to have to fix my front door. Again. Tiny House Prepper. Hi everybody, I'm Bill with Tiny House Prepper. Many of you may have remembered a video that I did just a few weeks ago about problems that I had with the door. So here was what the problem was. Our little trailer here, our little tiny house travel trailer, is sitting on cinder blocks. And over here in this corner, there's a pile of cinder blocks there, and frost got underneath of it, and the frost heave lifted up that corner. And because of that, the door was dragging at the bottom and it wouldn't close. So I had to go in from the outside, and there's another pylon right here built with cinder blocks, and I jacked the whole trailer up, put some shims under there, so raised that so the door would work. And then it worked correctly. But now everything is thawed out, even though we still got snow outside, and this corner has dropped again. So now the problem is the door's hitting at the top. So I have two options. One is to go underneath of here again, jack it up, take those shims out, but it's just going to keep going back and forth. I'm not going to do that. Let me show you the problem here. The door itself closes, but the screen door does not. You see this little piece of plastic right there in the corner? When I close the door, the plastic hits right there just a little bit. If I pull down on the door, then it'll close. So I would think, well, I can just take that plastic off. Well, let's look at the outside of the plastic. You see that it's actually part of the structural integrity of the door itself. Helps hold this corner together, and if I take the plastic off, then it wouldn't work. But you can see I only have to push it down a fraction of an inch, and then it slides in there. See, it hits, push it down just a little, and it goes right in. So here's what I'm going to do. Oh, by the way, let me address this first. Last video, several people made comments about this water staying here, telling me that I have a leak, and if I don't fix it, I'm going to have rot issues. Well, we fixed it. Last summer, we completely covered the roof with a waterproof armor coating that has completely stopped the leak. That's no longer a problem. This is all completely dry. I just need to repaint it. So that's no longer an issue. But here's what I did as far as fixing the door. I bought this turnbuckle, and it's designed, you can see on the back, it's designed to give strength to screen doors right there. So I'm going to put this on this screen door, and hopefully I'll be able to pull this corner down just a fraction of an inch so it'll close properly. Okay, so I've now taken this turnbuckle out of the package, and you can see here it screws together. And then I'm going to be able to use this, tighten it or loosen it, to lengthen the length of the whole rod here, or shorten it, and then that'll pull down the corner of the door there. I think this is going to work. Well, I know it's going to work. I think it'll work well. Alright, the screws that came with it are way too long. This is actually made for a wooden screen door, and this one's a metal. And if I would screw this all the way through, it would be sticking out the back side about halfway. So I'm going to have to go to the hardware store and get some much shorter screws. It's unfortunate, because if these were the right size, I could finish this project in another 10 minutes and I'd be done. Now I got to go out to the hardware store. It's always something, isn't it? Okay, I'm back from the hardware store. That was fast, wasn't it? This was the original screw. It's a number 8 screw by 1 inch. I replaced it with a number 8 screw by 3/8 of an inch. So this will be much better. It won't stick out the back side of the door. Screw's so short, I'm having trouble getting it started without dropping it. Now I have the first screw in there, and I want to make sure I get this at the right angle before I drill the other hole. So I'm going to leave that for now, and I'm going to go down here and do the 2 on this side to make sure I get the angle correct up there. These screws are just the perfect length. Okay, so I got those 2 in. Now I'll go up top and do the other one. Alright, there we go. Now here's how a turnbuckle works. There's this barrel here, and there's a rod that screws into each end, and one is a forward thread and one is a reverse thread, so that as you turn the barrel, when you turn it one way, it draws this in and it draws that in, makes the whole rod shorter. As you turn it the other way, it pushes the rod back out and makes it longer again. So now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but as I turn it, it's making the rod shorter. I don't think you can see it on the video. It's making the rod shorter, and it's pulling this part of the door down. Okay, so it worked. I actually tightened a little bit too much so that the latch down here wouldn't latch, and when I opened the door, the screen door wouldn't open with it. See where that locks together? So I had to undo it a little bit, loosen it a little, make the rod a little bit longer, and now it works perfectly. See, that just misses there, and so I have a perfect door now. And so now the door opens and closes easily, and the neat thing is that by having this turnbuckle in here, I can always adjust it. As the trailer moves up and down a little bit, if it starts to bind or if it hits down at the bottom, I can use this little turnbuckle to adjust the screen door up and down. Problem fixed. So I'm very happy with that. So there you go. That was a simple little project. I hope you enjoyed it. Once I had the right screws, The entire thing only took me about 15 minutes, and I got the door fixed. And if you hadn't seen that other video where I talked about adjusting the door because of the frost, I'll put a link right here, and you can go ahead and watch that one. And please like the video if you haven't. I mean, that really helps us when you like it. And if you haven't subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe, and you'll get to see all of our other great videos of projects like this, and renovations, and prepping, and tiny house living, and all kinds of great stuff. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great day.